So yeah,
Hey, Rufus
are we
Scallius. How's it going?
ready to just jump on into it?
Yeah, let's send it.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
let's
think
do it.
so.
All right. I'm gonna do a little. I'm gonna do a little voiceover crawl. So strap in, guys.
I love it.
Nearly 1,000 years after Luke Skywalker fought the Emperor over Endor, a new threat has arisen in the galaxy. The Sith have returned, and they are at war with the Jedi. The two forces, battling over the fate of the entire galaxy, have allowed the Outer Rim to slip into disarray. Rising in the place of regimented democratic control, corporations and gangsters now run amok. The once famed Kessel, famous for its spice mines and slavery, has been reformed and is now the home of an intergalactic medical conglomerate. That medical conglomerate, which supplies the Jedi Army with necessary supplies, has been involved in some less than reputable activities across the galaxy, but the Jedi have been forced to turn a blind eye due to their dependence. However, an upcoming election on whether or not to open trade with the Sith has the Jedi worried, and a small team of anonymous agents has been sent in to investigate. Open on... Are the three of you together already, or are we gonna play up to you guys? Or are we gonna play through you guys meeting each other and stuff?
Let's do some quick character descriptions, I feel like. And then...
Well, why don't we figure out where everyone is, and then we can describe
Okay.
ourselves, like, in setting.
It's up to you guys, but I'd be fine with LOM and I making our way down towards the planet.
Yeah.
We can start with us like meeting up. Like at
There's
the
a space bar that y'all are supposed to meet up at.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sick.
Let's head there.
So
then.
we open on LOM. What do you like to be called, LOM 177?
Usually LOM or 177.
That is
177
Yeah.
it is?
Only one of the others though. I won't respond to like the full
Okay.
the full thing.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So we open on LOM and Corin in their spaceship. What does the scene and these characters look like?
All right. Take it away, 177.
Cool. So I am a I'm gonna pull up my picture so I can actually describe myself accurately. I am a LOM protocol droid who surprisingly doesn't actually remember where he's from. Well, these are protocol droids that are actually not known for being the most stable over time. So it's like the circuitry like just over some number of years programming degrades and then memory fails. So it's like he could not tell you exactly where, but he's been doing kind of work in government and politics for a while, mostly as a protocol droid, so like talking to people and through interactions, but also on a more of like a at one point became kind of getting into slicing and technology because kind of realizing that there was no small amount of corruption in places, like for someone programmed to be generally nonviolent, kind of that became a way to, or that was like a convenient loophole where it's like, oh, you're not doing direct violence, therefore it's like easier to get easier. This is one way you can actually combat that. So we started hacking and taking private jobs, as an anti-corruption, like investigation, anti-corruption thing, and then at one point fell in with Corin to do kind of, and then ended up working. They ended up working together, kind of in that line of work. But yeah, so he's like it's pretty like a kind of like bug-faced protocol droid, bright, like large green insect kind of eyes. These were the protocol droids were originally created to serve generally insectoid species, but kind of we're not the most popular.
Rather than
modeled after them rather than like a 3PO unit. Yeah, that's LOM in a nutshell.
So I assume you speak a lot of languages because you're a protocol droid.
Yes.
Sick. That may come in handy. And Corin, what is up with you?
Alright, so Corin is sitting in the co-pilot seat, not really helping out, dressed in the dark maroon kind of noble diplomat robes that you can see in his photo. Tall, gaunt, grayish ashen skin. He's sitting with a very regal, kind of uptight posture. And his hands are kind of gripped around a silvery black cane.
Yeah, so as you guys float in, so you guys have just completed the safe version of the Kessel run, not the crazy space monstery version we see in Solo, but just like the normal tunnel through the clouds one. So good thing you guys didn't have any raw coaxium or boom. But
Oh boy.
as you approach the planet, you are hailed by a two light kind of assault style ships fly down on either side of you and hail you. This is the Free People of Kessel. This is the Free People of Kessel security check. Please transmit your credentials and ship clearance.
We have that, right?
Yep.
Cool.
Y'all are normal, legit citizens allowed to be here. Corin, do you have ID? Do you have like fake IDs as this diplomat, or?
Corin would be his fake ID.
Okay. So we don't even know this man's real name.
Who knows, man?
Got
He
it.
is a man of mystery. Hang on.
So-
His real name
so
is, I have it here if you want it.
No, it's fine. If it comes up later, it comes up later. For now, man of mystery.
No, man of mystery.
Yeah. So you transmit your IDs and everything.
Yeah.
You don't just try and blast them out of the sky on site.
Could I get him on mic?
Could you what?
could I talk to this man? No. Yeah.
Sure.
We transmit. So
All
it
right.
begins.
Do we have any reason to believe they may be less than legitimate?
I mean, you could roll a perception or maybe like streetwise check to see.
Yeah, I'll do a streetwise.
You could also, if you wanted to come at this from a different route, you could also roll some sort of knowledge check to see whether or not they're even like claiming to be the correct group, which would be another way to figure this out.
Okay. Oh wait. So knowledge check would be.
I'd say that's probably knowledge outer rim. This is Kessel.
Okay. I think I'll probably actually do that. Yeah. No, because I have. Yeah, a much better knowledge check for that.
Okay.
So cool.
So yeah, knowledge outer rim. This will be difficulty 2, so 2 purple dice.
2 purple. Cool.
Oh, and while you're at it, can you roll me 3 force die just to get our destiny point total?
Yeah. Are there force die on this roller?
Yes.
Yeah, they're the white ones.
Special rolls.
Yeah.
I've rolled scathing tirade.
Okay, let me get rid of that. That's for later.
So Jeff, are you rolling?
I did
for
roll
force
that.
die?
I don't know who. Oh, Jared, did you not do the enter?
No, I'm LOM 177.
Oh, I apologize. 177. Did you not roll this? There we go. Yeah.
All right.
So that's my outer rim check.
Yeah, so you are able to pretty quickly recognize. So you don't have insight as to whether or not these people specifically are lying, but force. Interesting. So we got 4 light. Jesus Christ.
Oh, I'm amazing. All right, come on.
Can you scroll down?
Let's keep
so it's 1
these.
Success.
Jesus
Oh,
Christ.
sorry.
Yeah.
Let's keep these. Let's keep the.
It was 4 and 2, right?
Yeah. 4 and
Alright.
The chat can only see the 2 latest rolls.
Yeah.
Okay.
And every action adds something into the chat. So
Yeah.
All right.
let's try to keep
It
that
is
clear.
all good. We can keep going. So we have those. Those are free for a use at any time. Chooses to. So yeah, the free people of Kessel, are in fact the kind of presiding government here. You would also know the free people of Kessel do in fact generally fly this type of ship, and that this type of security check would be normal. So there's no real red flags here.
Cool.
With your
Awesome.
3 advantages, I will let you either like discover additional things about the planet or establish things that you would like to be true.
So this is stepping back a little bit. Our mission again, we were hired by the Jedi to investigate election fraud.
So that was me just kind of pitching the campaign to you. Right
Okay.
now, the election has not happened yet. The Jedi felt a disturbance in the Force surrounding the upcoming election on whether or not. Also, the election is whether or not this medical conglomerate will sell to both sides of the war, and the Jedi don't want them to.
Okay.
So you're here just to make sure they're not going to interfere with the election.
Yeah.
But they just want to make sure
that
no one else is interfering with the election, and that there's no, dark side fuckery.
Yeah. Okay. So can I use the advantages to chat with these guys and learn more about how the election procedures on this planet?
If you wanted, I would, because you're a protocol droid, I would allow you to just kind of already know those things.
Okay. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, you can just access those memory files.
Oh, sick.
So you got 3 advantages, right?
Yeah, 3 advantages.
All right, I will give you 3 advantages worth of fact. So you would know that the IMDSC, the Intergalactic Medical Device and Substance Council, is comprised of 5 branches, each of which is populated by various alien races or various enterprises. The IMDSC control the flow of pretty much all the medical devices and drugs throughout the galaxy. They pretty much monopolize that entire thing, and with the war going on, that is a very profitable enterprise right now. That's kind of the common knowledge stuff. You would also know that some of their branches dip into the less than on the up and up side of running medical drugs, and not only just medical drugs. Especially especially the branch, the Pikes, who fans of Star Wars might know, used to be actual literal drug dealers, but have now quote-unquote legitimized and sell medical drugs instead of recreational ones. So yeah, the other like fact you would know is that the 5 branches who are representing, they're the 5 branches that are represented here, who each send a single delegate to these enclaves to vote on important decisions, are the DEC, or the Dwooni Engineering Corps, the Enforcers, who are just a band of Gagorin and Wookiees who run security on medical shipments. There are the Pike Syndicate, who were, like I said, once gangsters, but now organize and sell the medicine rather than drugs. There are, like I said, the Free People of Kessel, who are kind of the heart and brains of the organization. They're actually comprised of bands of freed or descendants of freed slaves from all across the galaxy that have decided to band together and take control of the galaxy in the name of anti-slavery rather than just living normal lives. And then there is the Triple C, the Chemical Clearance Committee, who are scientists of various species, but mostly human, that are basically just the science side of things. They're the ones developing the drugs and studying their various effects. And those 5 branches come together, like I said, to form the IMDSC.
Okay. Cool. So So do we know, or would it be fair to know that we know where we're going once we get to the planet, or is that something we need to figure out?
Yeah, I'd say. I mean, we can assume that you have a rendezvous with Z, right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
So, yep, you transmit your clearance. All right, everything checks out, and the two painted white starships break off from you and head back to their wherever they were waiting for more ships to come through the Kessel Run.
Okay.
Do you guys head directly to the bar, or are you making other stops first?
177. Again, just to go over our story, I am Corin,
Yes, you are.
a diplomat from Pau'an, who's here to observe the election proceedings and in the interests of the IMDSC. Would you be okay being my mechanic and protocol droid?
I will assist you in this quest.
Excellent. Well, let's go meet this Mr. Z fellow.
Well, you guys already know Z, don't you?
Yes, we do.
So yeah, for the audience who were not aware of this, Lom, the man currently known as Corin, or the Pau'an currently known as Corin, and Mr. Z have worked on other jobs for the Jedi in the past that they might reference in this campaign. Yeah, so can we smash cut to you guys? Actually, no, it's Star Wars. There's no smash cuts. There's like a weird left to right dissolve swipe, and you
into the
guys
stars
are
behind the ship.
Yeah, exactly. And you guys are walking through the swinging doors of a Kessel bar. It is so the parts of Kessel that are not spice mines or coaxium mines and have been mined to absolute hell are actually like really nice lush forests. And this is kind of a quiche bar that's like built into the base of a tree, and so like the bar is all like formed out of the roots and all that, but you know, people are digging it. Where are you, Mr. Z?
So, sitting in the back of the bar in a booth made out of branches and roots, I guess, because it's a tree.
Mm-hmm.
Lounges, lazily, Mr. Z. He's reclining with a drink in his hand, a cocktail, and he has a small cigarette in his gloved right hand. He's clad in a dark purple smoking vest, trimmed with a silvery gray and matched to a silver gray bow tie. And his skin is a deep crimson red. He has a very calm smile just resting on his face.
Because, for those unaware, Mr. Z is a sexy Zeltron.
Oh yeah.
Who are only ever known as sexy Zeltrons, just for everyone's information.
Like most of the Google image search is just like naked, basically. They're all naked. We're a naked race. Hedonistic by nature.
So yeah, do you guys spot him immediately, or what happens here? Just play out the scene.
How packed is this bar?
It's pretty packed. So not only are all of the staff of all of the delegates here, as well as their, as the staff, because he has his crew, like his council basically. But then also all of them have the people that like run their ships and all of that. But then people also there's other actual diplomats and stuff here to actually observe the election process and all of that. So Kessel's pretty busy right now.
Yeah, we'll look around, trying to, be discreet.
All right. Go in and just. I'll go in. So I try to figure out where Mr. Z is as soon as possible.
Okay.
I'm not exactly like hiding, so it's probably.
Yeah. I was gonna say they probably don't even need to roll for that. They can just.
Yeah.
It takes you a few minutes to peer through the crowds and such, but eventually you do manage to spot the There's a couple of red-skinned people. You know, there's a few Devronians that throw you off at first, and like a red-skinned Twi'lek, but eventually you spot the correct red-skin species.
Oh. As soon as I see them across the crowd, I beckon them towards my booth, and I hold up my hand with 3 fingers to call to the bartender for 3 more drinks.
Yeah, I love drinking.
Yeah, the bartender, or I assume. So, are you at the bar or you're at a booth, right?
I'm at the booth. I'm assuming there's like servers around.
Yeah, yeah. So the waiter is a female Twi'lek who I assume you have already effectively bewitched, right?
Yeah. My dearest madam, if you would please supply me and my incoming compatriots with 3 drinks of this same composure, I would be most grateful.
She chuckles a little. Yeah, of course, and she runs off.
Dear gentlemen, how are you? How was your journey to this fine planet? I hope you are in good health and good conscience.
The journey was uneventful. Thank you for inquiring.
As 177 said, it was interesting. Quite a lot of people here. Seems that... No?
Could I do a quick check to figure out exactly how many people are in the bar?
Sure. Give me... That's probably easy perception.
Cool.
For a droid.
Yeah.
Actually, no. That'll be medium perception, but you have a blue because you're the droid.
Okay, cool. I just pulled up the Twitch overlay and started just clicking on that to adjust the dice. But like, why doesn't this work?
What is just so immersive?
Yeah, that's 2.
So
so it's medium is 2 purple, right?
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Also, are all of us watching the stream? Because I am.
I am.
Yeah.
All right, so the 4 viewers are us. Good to know.
Nice.
We had a 5th for a
Fuck
while.
yeah.
So,
We did have a
number
5th
three.
for a while.
Yeah. Cool. So I rolled 1 advantage.
All right. So no, you don't know the number of people in the bar, but you can know something else. What do you want to know?
Exactly half of how many people are in the bar. Please.
Could I know it within like approximately? I know maybe like with like a I know with it's like with plus or minus 50.
Sure. There is at least 50 people in the bar.
Cool. Awesome. I'm gonna convey that to everyone else. Like there are at least 50 here.
Thank you, 177.
That's it.
I'm glad I keep you around. Truly. Well, how are things, Mr. Z?
Well, I cannot say business is bad, but, you know, the war being the war, certain inconveniences always arise, but I am here drinking and smoking a cigarette and meeting my 2 companions of days of yore, so I cannot complain.
It's good to see you again.
Yes, indeed. Do you know much about this task with which we are placed in responsibility?
Well, all I know is I'm here on quite official business this time, unlike the last a few pleasurable visits here.
We are to ensure the election runs smoothly.
Well, to observe the election, please. Like many of the other diplomats here, we want to see how the IMDC operates. Yes, 117? 177?
Yes, we are to observe, but also...
Yes, to observe. To observing, friends.
Yeah, with political happenstances that would overstep our bounds and limitations, responsibilities as diplomats, would it not?
Yes. Well,
Yeah, as I said, we were all tasked by the Jedi. Were like, hey, like the Jedi sent all of us, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The difference is we're in a bar full of people.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yes, there are some social graces, perhaps.
Perhaps
Indeed.
177. Perhaps. Well, do you have a room here? And when is this election to take place? Are the preparations
Alex?
underway?
Yeah, Al, how much do I
just-
know about the election? Should I roll? Like, can I roll an underworld or a?
I mean, you
Streetwise.
can know that it's happening tomorrow morning.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Tomorrow morning will be the commencement of the election process. So, our actions, whatever they are to be, and our observations must be conducted in a somewhat efficient manner. As to a room, I've been presiding on my ship. There's simply no reason to get a room in an establishment which the standards are simply not up to those of my ship. So I sleep there.
Well, it is nice to stretch one's legs once in a while. Let us see. Shall we meet the those in contention of well, those in the running, I suppose.
Also want to give a quick shout out to Drew Bates in the chat.
Back down to 4 people watching though, so
Yeah,
not that big a
fuck
shout
Drew
out.
Bates in the chat.
Oh, I do want to note quickly that my device that I have, it would always be on as soon as I stepped off the ship, and kind of in my earmuffs that are covering the sides of my head.
Got it. I definitely remember what place this is.
The concealed recorder
Got it.
would always be running.
Yeah.
Quick clarification on this election. Is it the count like this council is like the 5 different branches are all voting on whether or not to sell to both sides of the war, or is it just that? Okay, so it's not like people aren't being elected to this council.
No.
Okay.
What do you call it? It's a referendum, yeah?
Yeah. So these delegates are voting on involvement in the war. Okay.
Basically, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Sick.
Very well. Let us see.
So were we instructed to like go somewhere or meet someone, Alex, or are we just supposed to like observe?
No, you're basically just supposed to attend. So tomorrow morning there is going to be like a round of speeches. There's going to be effectively like a mini debate, and then there will be a closed election, or a closed vote, and then the results will be announced. And you're just supposed to attend and observe, basically.
Okay.
And like, keep an eye out for any unsavory individuals.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yes. Well. How do we want to play this? I believe 177 is my protocol droid here. As I'm Mr. Z, a visiting diplomat of Pawan, as I'm sure you are well aware of. Like last time.
We could locate individuals who are privy to the inner workings of the political machinery of this planet, or we could isolate certain factions which may have contention with others and might be privy to share knowledge which could be private or restricted otherwise.
Very well.
I know I have certain contacts among certain branches of the conglomerate. I don't wish to call on immediately, but I certainly can if it is.
Yeah, and so speaking of those contacts, you definitely can call on them, but you were also perhaps more right than you knew when you said you also definitely don't want to.
Yeah. I just figure they're probably pretty shady people.
Oh, definitively.
Yeah. I mean, I can just. Yeah. What?
I meant like more for your public reputation kind of thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm also gonna
Yeah.
flip a dark side point for poorly laying a hook, and everyone has a strange revelation washing over them that really all the Jedi asked them to do was attend the speeches tomorrow, and that maybe that all they need to do is wait until the next day and just like scout out the crowds at the speeches and stuff.
Ah, what an interesting revelation.
I'm just gonna plant that thought directly into Corin's head with that dark side point.
Okay. So we're at
So
5
you-
lights? I just want to make sure.
Yeah, 5 light, 1 dark is what I'm tracking.
We had 6? I thought it was 4 light, 1 dark.
I thought it was 4 and 2.
Well, it's not like we're recording. If
Yeah,
someone
we had
could
4 and 1. I
clip
think.
that.
Okay.
Yeah, I remember 4 and 1. So
Okay.
do you still
Now we're
want to do
at 5.
that or no?
I'll do it without flipping. No, I already flipped it. Yeah. I'll still do it.
Take your
Aha!
finger off.
Can't fuck us anymore. Um, well, in my decades of diplomacy, I think we can safely sit and wait until tomorrow. A night's
the
rest
election-
after
the
a full
election
day's
itself-
travel. Ooh.
The election itself, I should have clarified, is not happening until later in the day tomorrow. Basically, like the election proceedings begin tomorrow.
Mm. Okay.
Perhaps it would draw unwanted attention if we were to go poking our noses around. Let's hear the speeches, and then, hopefully in private, get to know the leadership.
Very well. Shall we play a couple rounds of cards or something, or do we all wish to retire for the evening?
All of these tables are hollow chess tables, in addition to regular tables.
Ooh.
Ooh, I would...
177. I do recall you were. Time we were on planet together.
Sorry, you cut out there for me at least.
Mr.
Oh,
Z, your voice
that-
patterns are most...
Sorry, I'm getting over a space cold.
Stay away. 6 feet, please.
177. I do recall you were a fair hand at Hollow Chess last time we were on planet together. Perhaps you would enjoy a game with me.
Yes, only if you enjoy losing.
Oh.
Oof, oof.
All right.
Alright,
So,
should
do you
we,
guys
like-
want to play?
Yeah, absolutely. How does
You
this
would
work?
roll. You would roll opposed cunning, and
Opposed-
so
Okay.
how this is not. Or sorry, you would roll competitive cunning, not opposed,
Mhm.
which is slightly different. So you're both attempting to accomplish the same task, which is playing hollow chess. So you both
Mhm.
roll hard cunning and see who has the greater degree of success.
Okay. And that's, you don't add anything to that. It's just like 3 green for if you have 3.
Or
cunning
sorry,
or
not
something.
cunning. Is cunning the base
Intellect?
stat?
Yeah, cunning
Yeah,
is a base
that's like
stat.
deception.
I meant, Yeah. So it'd probably be what's a good cunning based skill? What do you guys
There's
think?
deception, skullduggery, perception, streetwise, survival.
Deception.
I think are the ones. Probably deception, yeah.
Yeah, let's go deception.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's hard, you said? That's
Yeah.
4.
So you both roll hard.
No,
see
it's 3,
who-
right?
That's 3
Yes.
purples.
Okay. Roll. Ooh, that's 4 failures, and I also add extra advantage to that. So it's
You love to see it.
So 4 and 5. Okay.
yeah.
Brutal.
177 got hustled.
Actually, this results in a draw.
Wow.
So neither of you succeeded. So neither of you can actually win.
So it's just like a stalemate.
So yeah. So I'm gonna say that Lom, you were winning fairly handily at first, but Mr. Z is able to perform like a fairly risky gambit and force a draw with just a few turns away from me.
177, you're losing your touch.
It will not happen again.
I do say that was a game played with some degree of grace and beauty, though. Most admirable in its conclusion. There is nothing wrong with the draw, dear sir.
I would agree. It was a game played purely for the art of hollow chess, not for winning or losing.
A very zen droid.
Oh, something else I should have mentioned about Kessel. Kessel is the center of a very large droid rights controversy, because the free people of Kessel have replaced all of the slaves in the mines with droids.
Oh shit.
177, would you like to use my incite rebellion feature here?
It comes with the fully upgraded Corin package. If you pay premium, you get the incite
If you
rebellion
pay
feature.
now, yes.
Maybe after the election. We will
Well,
scream,
we'll see.
my brothers and sisters.
I mean, the conglomerate definitely cannot settle drugs to the Sith if they are no longer in existence. Do you think about it? And you know, rebellion would take care of that problem.
Well, that's true. If we can get perhaps the well, kind of looking around, jokes. Shall we retire for tomorrow? After that breathtaking gameplay, of which 2 hours passed and nothing happened.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Did the drinks ever come?
I'm assuming we're like
I've been
fairly
drinking.
Okay.
sloshed.
Okay. I've just been like picking up and then pouring them like where my mouth would be.
You're just
But,
all
like-
sticky.
Yeah.
I love it.
It's gonna wincing every time you do it.
Yeah.
I love the image of Lom going another round and Corin just kind of like ugh.
It's like it's cheap alcohol too. It's like fairly like nice, you know.
Oh yeah.
Just
Yeah.
wasting like tons of money to get sticky.
That's what he calls it too. He's like, I'm getting sticky tonight. Okay, can Corin and Mr. Z roll me easy resilience with a black?
Easy resilience with a black. RQRSR. Here we go. Oh, easy.
Yes, literally.
That's one, right? One
Easy.
Yeah.
Why the fuck is 3 force rolling? Yo, easy. A single
Yeah,
disadvantage.
A single disadvantage. Why does MATLAB keep
two
launching?
failures to an advantage.
MATLAB keeps launching on my laptop.
Oh god, I'm so sorry.
Okay, so we get 2 failures an advantage and a single disadvantage. So
Why are they so sorry?
yeah, why are there force die?
Don't worry about it.
So both of you get both of you are hungover and get disadvantages on like perception style or observation checks for at the very least the morning.
Okay.
Actually, yeah, for your threat theft, I'm gonna say that yours lasts all day, and for your advantage, Mr. Z, I'm gonna say that yours ends early.
Wait, can I make a suggestion for that advantage?
Sure.
Is that I wake up next to like the server or whatever the
Yeah, absolutely. That's fine.
Okay.
So yours will last the normal length, but yes, you wake up next to the serving Twi'lek.
So both of us have, or sorry, I add a black to my perception checks.
Yes, you both do.
Well, sucks to suck because I add a blue because I'm cool. Like in addition. Never mind. Move on.
This is Corin talking to himself in the mirror in the morning, and then realizing he sounds like a fucking crazy person.
Corin takes a little longer than usual composing his character.
Yeah. All right. What do you guys do?
Can I like casually like touch 177's like front plate? Kind of
No.
like poke it. Are you still sticky, 177?
What kind of self-respecting droid do you think I am? I clean myself every 3 hours.
Ah, yes,
Every
how could I
3?
forget? That's why traveling with you was such a pain. 3 hours, Mr. Z, of travel, and then out of hyperspace as he cleans himself for 1.
Why do you need to drop out of hyperspace for him to
I don't know. Ask 177.
I don't think that's how hyperspace works.
No. 177 has a very high power cleaning system that requires enough power that they cannot run at the same time as the hyper.
He uses the hyperdrive to clean himself.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just basks in the radiation. Alright. So, Lom's fucking hyperspace scrubber aside. What do you guys do in the morning? And so, you guys slept on your respective ships, or did you all sleep on Mr. Z's ship?
I would not have slept on Mr. Z's ship.
And I have companies, so that's not happening.
Yeah, I would either have... If I can find like a high-class establishment I could have stayed at, like with other diplomats, I would have.
Yeah, no, definitely. There's that style of stuff.
Yeah, then I would have stayed there.
Okay. It even has, like, protocol droid charging.
Oh,
Look at
awesome.
that.
That's it.
Yeah, you get your own little closet Lom.
Oh.
It's like Bender's apartment in Futurama, you know?
Oh, yeah. You know. Could do with a hyperdrive, but other than that.
That's true. 177 just wakes me up the entire night.
600 credits a night.
Okay.
Jesus.
Rough, but I don't have any money, so it's fine.
I
have no concept of money, sorry.
You probably have like 4,000 credits.
Yeah, I have no concept
Just
of money.
give it to the Jedi Council. That's what I always say.
Except your like ultimate directive would be to not reveal that you're with the Jedi Council. So.
As I'm paying with fancy Jedi coins.
Oh, the other thing I forgot to mention, you guys do have like a handler basically that you're in contact with.
Oh, well, we should have talked to him last night instead of getting flat out drunk.
I mean, you could just as easily call him this morning. Yeah, Captain Rise Mando, who you've worked with him in the past. He's been your handler for your previous associated missions. That's Rizemando for whoever's typing.
Rise Mando.
Yeah.
Handler.
First name, last name.
His first name is Captain?
No.
Yes. No.
It's actually Captain.
Funny enough, his rank is Admiral. So he's Admiral Captain Rise Mando.
Major.
Damn it.
Yeah, major.
Oh boy.
How many majors did he peak at in that book? It was several.
He had
Before.
three in his name and then one for his rank.
Okay. I thought he ended up with another one at one point.
No, he didn't. He just ended up tortured.
Ah, that's also.
It's World War II for you.
Major torture.
Oh.
177. Call the Rise Mando, would you, Mr. Captain Rise Mando?
Who are you saying that to?
177.
Okay, so you yeah. Wait,
He's my phone booth, is he not?
I would assume.
I-
I mean, you guys would actually probably need to go to the ship to contact him.
No. All right. Well,
because you would
Do
need
it
like
yourself.
long range communications because he's like systems away, you know.
who does? Oh, I thought he was on World Handler.
We could have
No,
agreed
no.
to meet at the ship to contact him maybe.
That's
That makes
true.
sense.
If you guys flip a lifestyle point, you guys could have definitely arranged. I mean, I'll let you guys do that for free. I'm not feeling.
I mean,
I'm
we'll
not feeling
head
it.
down.
So yeah, we can say you guys arranged a meeting time and place and agreed that you would
Okay.
talk to Rise then.
Yeah. So as they walk up to the low spark, my ship, they see the server, the Twi'lek, like walk off, you know, from the night before, like totally disheveled, and they call out to her. Of course, I'll call in a few days.
Well aware that this entire conference is over in 48 hours.
I'll be on world for a few weeks, darling. Do not worry. And then as soon as I shut the door and the others come in, I just like shred the piece of paper or whatever.
Yeah. I assume you gave her like a fake comm number.
Yep. Well, good morning, my gentlemen. I appear to be completely hungover. I do not know who or how that lovely lady ended up in my bed, but good morning. Welcome to the Low Spark. I've added a few additions since the last time you've come. Should we call our handler while I make some eggs, space eggs, for us?
That
Powdered
sounds
eggs.
lovely.
Powdered space eggs.
Were they laid by space chickens?
Uh,
I think they were laid by space hawkbat. Yeah, they're hawkbat eggs.
okay.
That's a Star Wars animal. That sounds like it lays eggs.
Ah, yes. The famous bat. Bat eggs.
Hey, hawks lay eggs.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, reptomammals are a thing in Star Wars, which are mammals that lay eggs. Or, like, yeah.
I mean, that's a thing in
Or, like,
this
It's just a platypus.
in the world. Yeah, it's a
That's
platypus.
just a plot. Can I flip a force point and make them platypus eggs?
Absolutely not, but you can make them hiptoplatypus eggs.
Nope, not the same.
Popo platypus.
A hoptopotamus.
So let's just make a skull.
They're like hippopotamus sized and they have like hawk sized wings, you know? Like this a joke.
This is why our viewer left.
Well.
Yeah, we'll cut it down in the end.
I've lost 2 followers, by the way. Ever since I started streaming this time. Used to have 13, down to 11, baby.
So yeah, y'all enter the low spart. It's a scout ship. It's pretty cramped quarters, but the materials on the inside are very lush and fine. Everything's like gold trim and leather and fur and stuff like that.
I was kind of assuming the entire thing was like plush.
Yeah. Oh, that's okay. Like very like conversation pit, like 70s. Like, okay, yeah, I like that.
But because it's a spaceship, and you know how like the sides of the Millennium Falcon are all like padded and stuff and circular.
Yeah.
Like that, I feel free to go wherever you want with this, but I was totally picturing that, but like shag carpet.
Oh yeah, no, totally. Yeah, like... And then in the so 2 other details, because I have droids to do everything. Like
Also, it's all heated. It's all heated carpet. Which
My
the electrician tried to explain was a horrible idea and a huge fire hazard, but you had none of it.
Absolutely not. I paid so much for that.
Most
Like
of
it's
it was
really only
liability
designed to work
waivers.
with tile.
Yeah. The control panel that like I have access to is just like the equivalent of like dishwasher knobs, because like the droids do everything for me.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
And then,
Yeah.
and then in
Do the droids have different names?
Yes, they do. It's Mo, Joe, and Ro. I'm gonna say Mojo and Bo, droids' names.
Okay, so
they're, like,
Mo flies.
Yeah.
Joe
shoots.
Joe shoots, and Bo
Bo navigates.
navigates. Got it.
Yeah. And they're all like facing each other, and then they're all like talking very quietly about like politics and communism.
Yeah.
And like the best way to structure like a communal like anarchist like society and how to like implement laws, and they're having this very like quiet fire debate.
Listen, I say we ought to form an autonomous collective. Everybody elects some sort of elected official to preside over things in a bi-weekly basis, and then Bo butts in, no, that won't do it all, and you guys walk in and they hush up.
My flying compatriots before Mo, Joe, Bo, they're in the middle of a post-Marxist debate, so I wouldn't bother.
Who do you think you are? Joe says.
I'm the owner and captain of this ship, obviously, as stated, as they try to interrupt me, in Tenet 3, Section 5 of our manifest, which means that in all encounters combatant, life-threatening, or having to do with enterprise or the requirement of supplies, goods, or currency, I have executive command of the ship for as long as the encounter lasts.
Oh, he's talking about executive command. I didn't sign no manifest. I don't even have hands.
I go into the closet and I pull out the manifest. Because I have it readily accessed because we have this argument all the time. This
exactly.
Discussion.
I see not that much has changed.
Yeah, the manifest has so the top of each droid has a little I don't even know. It's got a little logo on it, basically, the company's logo, and you just rolled ink on each of them and stamped it. So that's that's how the manifest is signed.
Crossed out, and there's sections added on, and there's changes. And...
Yes, but it's all digital too.
Yeah.
It has 3 ink stamps on it, but it's a data pad.
Sick. So should we call this shall we call Rise Mando Captain?
I believe that we should.
Yes.
So yeah, Lom, you would
go ahead.
You would probably have the secure channel codes necessary.
Yeah. So I'll just pop that in the whatever device we use to communicate.
Yeah,
Communicator, perhaps.
comms. Yeah. Yeah, and before long,
the knobs and whatever.
Yeah.
So a familiar face appears on the holo communicator. He's got a strong jaw, kind of salt and peppery beard. For those who would know what they looked like still, he almost resembles a clone trooper because he is a human Mandalorian. All right, he says. The 3 of you are 13 minutes past rendezvous. What's been keeping you?
Oh, joy. Joyful times. Hello, Mr. Captain Rise Mando. How
we
are
got
you?
a little too sticky last night.
That was she Veronica, V, or
I don't even. I shouldn't have even asked. I shouldn't.
You shouldn't have. You've known us for a very long time.
Yes. No. You're right. You're right. Anyway, 13 minutes is better than usual. Anything to report so far?
This planet is crowded.
At least 50 people.
At least 50.
That about checks out.
It better. Head of intelligence, my ass.
I didn't say he was head of intelligence. I said he was your handler.
I said he was head of intelligence.
You can flip a destiny point.
I mean, no. I'm saying he's not, but Corin thinks he is.
Yeah.
Oh, got it.
It's like Corin refuses to work with anyone who's not the head of something.
Yes.
Yeah, he's got a badge that says head of intelligence, but it's written on.
It's on our side. It's drawn onto our screen.
Hello, my name is
Hello, my rank is. All right.
Has there been any further information or queries or individuals of interest for which we should focus our energies in this
No.
meeting?
As usual, we are, or as to be expected, our biggest suspicion is the Pikes. They're the most openly interested in supporting the case of selling to the Sith, but we shouldn't underestimate the likelihood that the CCC or really any of the groups could have some sort of motivation for swaying the election in their favor. Keep a sharp eye out, and may the Force be with you.
Thank you. Let's see.
He
Shall we?
waits a moment for you guys to hang up, and then when you don't, he hangs up.
Smile at him. Well, that was fun.
Always a joyful and happy man, let me tell you. You know, I've suggested life coaches to him, but he doesn't really seem interested. I just think
Some
he'll
people.
find so much more fulfillment, you know, elsewhere.
Some people are just lost causes.
Indeed, 177, indeed.
Yeah, so how much ahead of the speeches did you guys wake up?
I definitely would have wanted to wake up pretty early.
I just didn't go to sleep.
That's true.
Just cleaned himself repeatedly.
Yeah.
Well,
Is
I
that what
just
they're
put up a
calling
lawn-
it nowadays?
Just to get him out of the way. Just kind of keeps him in
I
the
just put
bank.
the lawn chair by the hyperdrive. I'm just sad.
what time is the elections and like what time is it now? If
Yeah.
we have time.
I mean, you guys would have arranged the time to wake up, so I'm not going to dictate.
Okay.
What
I just
that
don't know like what are elections at noon? Are they going to be other proceedings?
Oh, so like one of the proceedings are probably starting fairly early. Like the speeches are probably starting at around like 10 local
Okay.
time.
Okay. So definitely like up by 7 to both call, like meet up,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and
get in
then
position.
like arrive like at least 2 hours ahead of time.
Yeah.
Okay,
Why
okay,
not?
so it's like 7 now. Okay.
Yeah, that's probably when the doors open too, so that people can like file in and get seated and all that. You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
the more people they have going through those doors early, the less of a rush hour they have later. So
Absolutely.
Uh,
Well, is there any other business we need to conduct or conclude before we begin this observation?
well, who else is here early?
well, right now you guys are in Baird's ship.
Oh,
So-
well, let's head over, get inside, see who else is there early, perhaps make some friends, and then see where we're at.
Sick.
Yeah,
Very well.
all right. Yeah, you guys are not particularly far from. Yeah, what? Actually, No, I think they're probably having the speeches and elections on a space station. That there's like shuttles to and from. People can't like dock their personal ships on it.
Mhm, mhm.
And it's basically just like an enormous amphitheater. And not enormous. It's like it's like a traveling it's like the spaceship version of a traveling stage, you know.
Yeah.
So it's got a relatively small like personal viewing room which projects enormous hologram to a much larger a much larger viewing room also on the ship, and also has like powerful antenna capable of broadcasting to the entire planet.
Well, let's see if we can get in that first smaller room with the actual people.
I mean, well, we are like, I don't know, we do have connections going into this, so maybe we would have like gotten like VIP lounge access. Or
Yeah. Or it's
You
like-
can try and secure it yourself, but if you want to flip a destiny point, that would be reasonable.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah,
do a flip of destiny here, or or I can try to talk us in. Either way, I'm.
We could try to shout our way in.
I mean, you
We have
guys do have
options.
5 destiny points.
Yeah, I think the
We do
destiny
have a lot
point
of
is a
destiny
fair.
points.
Okay, we can do that. I'm gonna flip it. I flipped it.
Sick. Yeah, so
Sweet. In which
Um,
case, also because it's a VIP lounge, we're just gonna we can take our own personal ship up. We don't need to go with the common riffraff and the shuttle.
ooh, yeah, sure. There's like a you know what there is? There's like a you still can't take your ship to the actual facility, but there's like a smaller like parking space station nearby that just has like a spacewalk over.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
good enough. So is this VIP room?
The no
this...
spaceships thing is like a safety thing.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Is this
So once the
VIP
proceedings
room...
start, the parking lot's gonna like fly away, and then it'll return during them.
Okay.
Is this VIP room where? So you mentioned like a smaller room.
Yeah, this is that room. So Baird was able to use some of his contacts ahead of time and has 3 like secured seats in that room already.
So in the same room as the other
As the
their
speakers, yeah.
speakers. Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
Perfect. You've really outdone yourself this time, Mr. Z.
What can I say? A smile and a bit of charm goes a long, long way.
That's not what I say, but
and who was sleeping alone in the bed last night, my dear sir?
not much sleeping, as many angry naps.
He doesn't take power naps, he takes anger naps.
Imagine like lying face down in the pillow, like screaming. His fist like clenched.
The only way I'm
Everyone's
able to
like, "Are
sleep.
you?" The first time anyone sleeps in the same room as him, they always like wake him up thinking he's having a nightmare. He was like, "No, what? You're interrupting my cycle."
The fuck you want? I just shout at them until I knock them unconscious, and then I go back to shouting into the pillow.
What he does is he just talks into a stethoscope in his own ears. No, none of those things are true.
Well, one of them.
The angry naps are true. Sorry. The stethoscope is.
Well,
So, you guys fly. So do you take Baird ship up or?
Yeah, I'm assuming
yeah.
we can like put 177 in like the closet or in like a booster seat if I fly casually. Sorry if Mo flies easily.
So yeah, how do you all fit? So I think Corin has to basically be in the bed.
Corin
Well,
is
there's
also
two
like
seats
7.5 feet tall.
What?
I'm imagining there's like 2 seats and then one of them like folds down into a bed. Like the passenger seat is like bigger and more comfortable, and then it's like a business class.
Okay. Yeah.
You know?
Is there not
Yeah,
just
I
like cabin space that I could stand in?
No, it's
No.
14 meters long. It's like actually I found the layout online. I can send
What
you
if we
the
just
layout.
took
Yeah,
a different
so-
ship?
What? Yeah. What if
Baird-
177 and I just flew our ship?
The one that can fit all of us.
Yes.
I don't.
Because mine's classier.
That's true. Because we did it. I forgot to get a
It's
ship
also
ready.
like a
We don't have
10-minute
it tricked
flight.
out. But the 10 minutes are either in comfort or misery, Alex.
To be fair,
You'll be
you'll be in
fine.
like the comfortable one. You know.
Yeah, and then the droid will just like do the droid thing.
I assume the droid is like literally in the cargo bay.
Yeah.
Well, he
Yeah,
can
I'm
just kind of
just
sit
pointing
down, fetal position, not take up much space, right? Right,
Yeah.
177.
I'm
Those
just
things
gonna
seem
sit
like plus it's not
and
gonna be like a rocky like flight with like flips and all that kind of stuff. It's just gonna
It's not low Rick. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I am also like 7.5 feet tall.
Jesus.
So
Yeah, that's why you're in the bed seat.
yeah, I'm just kind of lying down. I'll take an angry nap.
Yeah, perfect.
Try to sleep off my hangover. Not gonna work, but I can yell.
No.
yeah. I sent the layout in the chat if y'all want to see it. I found it online.
Okay. Let me.
Can we flash that on the stream?
Yep, I can absolutely. Yes. Yes.
Oh, sick.
Yes, we can. Just.
Okay.
Just.
So,
I'm very
yeah.
happy that someone took this time to make this.
Just. Give me a second, everyone. There we go.
Yeah, so basically
You can see it now.
everything behind the second seat has been reconfigured into smuggling space, basically.
Yeah, well, and I think that's what the whole rear compartment is too. It's like
Yeah,
smuggling space.
absolutely. So like I said, everything behind the second seat. I assume the fresher is now like integrated into the front pilot seat. The kitchen is integrated into the second pilot seat.
Okay.
And the second pilot seat is also the bed.
Yeah, but it's all like very nice. It's all
Yeah.
very
Oh no. Yeah. It's got like, so the first class one, like the arm has like a
Mhm.
microwave and like a calf machine, and that's like your kitchen, you know. And the other arm has like a tiny little sink in it.
Yeah. Okay, sick. So we I twist the knobs, like my dishwasher knobs, and I like hit the normal run button, and point the direction, and Mo takes us away.
Absolutely. Grumbly, with a
Yeah.
high pitched. I want to say poorly done British accent, but it feels weird because they were British.
Yeah.
You know, like I don't even know how to describe that phenomenon.
Just like a cheesy British accent, maybe.
I guess, yeah, you're right. That's a good point. But yeah, about 10 minutes later, you arrive at the interstellar parking lot. I really wanted to come up with something better on the fly, but didn't.
Space garage.
Space garage, yeah. Actually, you know what? I really have to pee, and since we're about to get into the real action, I'm gonna have you guys just like talk on the flight for a little bit while I duck out and do that.
Okay.
So you guys are flying up. Lom is in the back, but there is comms to the front. Yeah, so Mr. Z is both on the toilet and flying, and Corin is taking an anger nap.
There we go. Let's get the ship on there. Brilliant.
Oh, nice. Yeah, sweet. Yeah, it's kind of sick about this. I was not expecting someone to have made this for
Yeah, no,
like,
this is very sick.
there's like a whole website of these. I can try to send the link later.
Well,
I'm
how
gonna
do we
go-
want to play this, Mr.
What?
Z? How do we want to play this? We're going in.
I mean, you know, I figured we have executive seats, so we could just go in and chat some people up, and you know, we're getting there pretty early, so we can, you know, we could spread out among the crowd and really work some information from who we see. I don't know if 177 can like talk up the droids that are there or something, but I'm assuming there's going to be some.
I will talk to droids.
And while I say this, I'm going to be preparing like hair of dog like cocktails for Corin and myself.
Not me.
Fine, I'll make you one too.
But it's like just pouring the shitty stuff, you know?
With like water.
Yeah.
So it's like sticky, but it's not actually alcohol.
Yeah, it was like a simple syrup almost.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't need to drink. I just want to feel included.
But I mean, you are the diplomat, so you do have a little more experience in situations like this.
Most of my experiences follow a very cut and dry path. I enter a situation. For example, a trade deal, a trade negotiation. They are not willing to accept the terms we lay out. After half a day of letting my steward argue over the details, I get bored, and once I think that the negotiations have reached a sufficient time frame and are sufficiently favorable for us, I begin speaking. And then, usually 5 to 10 minutes later, the deals are set, signed, and I am off-world.
not need that particular blunt and frontal approach for this.
Well, that's why I was thinking if you act as perhaps as the steward and the voice, announcing my guide, so to speak, as a Bawan.
Oh, you would like me to act as your valet? Is that what you are imagining? Like a bit of a,
If that
protocol
would be within your skill set. Not my valet, but more of my steward, my right-hand man. You do the talking, and if you hit a wall or someone refuses to bow to your authority, I will make them bow to mine.
And as you say that, you dock with the parking lot. Space lot.
Oh, I would like to note I am wearing resplendent robes.
That actually will, so that'll situationally give you bonuses to checks for sure.
Yes. I'll just start shouting really loudly and let them do the stealthy stealth.
Well, it's the sort of thing where it's like, if it was a situation where it was like a timid little bellboy or someone, the fact that you're like way dressed up would definitely let you intimidate them better. That kind of thing.
Oh, I thought I
think
was
there's
more just talking
actually,
about the
mechanic for that.
like the effect.
I said I think there's actually like really robes that have that, like it adds a blue for talking to inferiors or something like that.
Ooh.
Yeah.
The one I have is if wearer draws attention to himself, allies in a medium range add blue to perception, skullduggery, and stealth checks.
Ooh, nice.
So I was just gonna like,
Yeah,
I was just
I'll
gonna
let
lay
you.
it
I'll let
on.
you use that both ways.
Sweet. And I'm gonna straighten my bow tie, and as I straighten it, like the hollow projector thing turns on for the cascader, so all my clothes like become like perfectly clean and like totally like without flaw or wrinkle. And they almost like glimmer and flow across my body.
Do you change any like physical aspects of yourself or no?
No.
Okay.
I mean, I'm perfect, so I mean, like,
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, there's nothing to change.
I need to get myself one of those.
Indeed, good sir. I won it in a card game.
Could be a 7
I
foot tall
handily
robot.
cheated my way to victory. It was most honorable.
I'm glad I don't play cards with you. Or chess, as it were. Well,
Yeah,
177, you should unfold. We're here.
So I'll just stand up and follow you guys. I'm gonna look kind of make a point of moving a little stiffly and acting a little miffed.
All right. So what do you guys do?
Found our seats, I think.
Yeah.
Lead
Sure.
the way, Mr.
Let
Z.
us
You guys
watch
are-
the proceedings.
You guys are 2 hours early.
Yep. Well, is there like a bar or like a cocktail lounge or something like that, or is...
There
8
is
a.m.
absolutely a bar. Yeah. It is also absolutely 8 a.m.
Or they have like a buffet out or like whatever.
No, there's just a bar.
Okay.
Well, we had space eggs.
You did
Are
have.
there any interesting looking droids?
5 o'clock standard somewhere.
No, that's not how standard works.
But I think it's how it works.
That might very well be true. I have no argument with that.
Also, I have a willpower of 1, so if there is the possibility of me getting carnal pleasure, then I will not resist.
Fair enough. So do you go drink?
Yeah, I'm gonna go get a morning cocktail at the bar.
Okay. You get
maybe-
you get a space mimosa.
Yeah, space mimosa.
A
Perfect.
space mimosa.
Would either of you like a bit of a refresher in the morning?
A little space mimosa.
I am alright, I will find our seats.
It's just like I'm out of here.
We've
Well,
seen
here,
this before.
I wanna chat up the bartender a little bit to see like who's here, like anything happen yet, any people of note coming, like bartenders
Sure,
know a
yeah.
little bit, about that kind of stuff.
What are you thinking of rolling here?
I was thinking a charm just to like chat him up and kind of all that.
Okay, sure. That'll be medium charm. I'm gonna give you a black though because you are getting drunk in the morning.
Okay.
Are you still hungover too?
No, the
Um,
hangover's not affecting this. This is the bartender judging you.
Oh.
With my kill with kindness ability, I'm going to remove that black.
That
Damn.
is perfectly fine.
He loves that you're getting drunk.
And you also get a blue for being a Zeltron, if I'm right.
Oh, no, I don't
You don't?
think so.
I think you have like
No, I think
mechanical pheromones.
no. Add black to incoming charm or deception. I add a advantage to my charm, so
So you just get a straight up advantage, not a blue.
I get 4 successes, 3 advantages, and a try.
Holy shit. Okay, so yeah, no one's of particular import has really come in. He said, like, a lot of the staff are here early. There's a lot of news agencies and stuff.
Mhm.
A lot of that sort of thing. He said that he said the only people of really any particular note are here are there are some like CCC scientists, but that's really it.
Yeah.
What do you want to use that triumph for? If you do not know, I have an idea.
Yeah, I'm down with your idea.
Okay. He says, I mean, that's all I can remember for now, and gives you like some eyebrows,
Okay. Is there a particular substance or particular favor that would help jog your memory? I know how material memory can be and how subjective its function is.
He goes, yeah, something about the weight of credits in my pocket always just help jog my memory.
How what would be like? I don't really know the value of credits. Like, is it just like dollar to
Yeah.
dollar?
No, definitely not. I'd say you're looking at like, well, I mean, for this, probably, yeah. You're looking at like 40 to 80 credits being like a
Okay.
decent bribe.
How many do I have?
You probably have, roll me a d10 and add 2.
Okay. We actually have that on the thing here.
Oh, you can
So
just
9.
yeah.
Yeah, you can do a D10. So 9.
Yeah, so you have 9,000 credits.
Okay. No, Jesus.
So that would be like you don't necessarily have that on you.
Yeah.
That's like your current spending money, and then however
Yeah.
much of that you're carrying is up to you.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I'll give him 100 credits then, because
Okay.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Sweet.
So how much are you carrying, just so we can establish?
I'm gonna carry 1,000. I think that's like.
Yeah.
That's probably,
Yeah.
like a wealthy amount. I mean, it's some of it's like stashed around my body. Like it's not all just.
Yeah, you got the boot credits and the.
Yeah, the boot credits, the sock credits, the hat
Yeah.
credits.
Exactly, and I assume the rest is in like a lockbox on your ship.
Yep, exactly.
Perfect. Yeah, he goes. Now I did see one weird thing.
Pray do
Yeah.
tell.
Guy in brown robes, shuffling around. He was here when I got here, and I got here pretty early.
Was he shuffling anywhere particular?
I don't know. He was sitting at a table when I got here. Just kind of wandering around, ordered a drink. And then, one time I turned around and he was gone.
Interesting. Well, perhaps our brown-robed acquaintance will be able to provide me with interesting and intriguing conversation should I locate him. I bid you have an easy and delightful shift, and
Yeah,
let us hope the result of this referendum is advantageous to all parties involved.
he just kind of shrugs. I just work the tips.
Okay, sick. So I'm gonna head back to the party and relay the information about the
Sure,
brown.
yeah. So you arrive back. What did you order to drink?
Oh, the mimosa, definitely.
Right. Space Mosa. That's 10 credits. So
Okay, so I'll
Steep. Well,
yeah, you come back with the Space Mosa. Everyone else is in their seats already.
Okay. My dear gentlemen, I did hear. Are other people around, or are we like pretty alone?
You guys are pretty alone in here. There's some security, and the scientists that he mentioned are, or you presume the scientists, just some humans, and actually some humans and some what are the, I don't know the name. Fuck, whatever. Just, yeah, some humans in like white lab coats, basically.
177 in Corin. I did hear of a certain brown-robed individual who arrived on the premise quite early and was shuffling here and there with no particular business about. And I thought maybe this particular individual could be of interest to our party and beneficial to our gains if they might be who I suspect.
That is true. Are there any cameras?
Roll me. You can roll me perception for that, Lom. Just easy perception.
Okay. Let me double check what my perception is real quick. Cool. Awesome. Cancel out. Nothing. Should get better coming.
Yeah, I mean, it is very reasonable to assume that there would be cameras or a security. Actually, sorry, no, I shouldn't have even made you roll. You know for a fact there's cameras here because this is holo recorded and broadcast. You don't necessarily know if there's cameras watching the crowd, but you know there's some at least watching the stage.
Okay. Can I try to figure out where if there's a console somewhere?
So you want to find like where the
an access point.
Okay.
So that I could try to potentially kind of the goal of being able to view camera footage of this hooded figure from hours ago. Or to kind of see where they went, what they did.
Yeah. So you can roll me another easy perception to try and spot like a terminal.
Oh wait, I fucked that up. I should have done 1 yellow, not 2.
No matter how you slice that, though, you'd pass. So it's either 1 or 3 successes. Yeah, I mean that's fine. That works. So 1 success. Yeah, you're able to spot a panel, but it's not really. I mean, it's just kind of like on the wall by the door.
Okay.
So you don't. It's not really somewhere you could just walk up to and start like fucking with it.
Yeah.
Seeing him kind of eye up the panel. Mr. Z, would you do me the honor, and I'm speaking kind of very loudly, of introducing me to these fine gentlemen here? It is my first time on world and wish to know people.
Absolutely, dear Corin. Wait, out of character, what's your story again for this identity?
I'm a diplomat, so
Okay, yeah. You're sticking with that. Sweet. So
Corin.
Yeah, so I'm gonna walk up with Corin by my side to these scientists and loudly clear my throat. My dear gentlemen, I would like to introduce you to the fine diplomat, Mr. Corin.
Do you want to roll? Do you want to quickly roll me hard underworld and to see if you actually already know these people because you've been here and
Yeah, sure.
They work closely with the Pikes.
Sure. Yep, sweet. That is a triumph.
Oh, damn. Just a triumph. Okay, so you don't. I mean, so actually, is there anything you want to do with that?
I mean, maybe if I like, maybe I don't know. Actually, no. If you have an idea, go for it.
I was gonna say you don't know them, but they've heard of you.
Ah, okay. Interesting.
Would be my suggestion, but you can.
Yeah, I like that.
Is that a
I
good
like that.
thing? Is that
Like they've heard of me from the people I've worked with.
Yeah, exactly. They're like, oh, the smuggler, you know, like.
Yeah. I am coarse and Mr. Z, but this here, my diplomatic compatriot, is of noble regard and significant skill in his negotiating and knowledgeable ability.
So this is all in an attempt to distract them from.
Yes,
Yeah, we're kind of walking to like
Or-
the opposite.
Yeah,
We're
can you
putting
guys
them in
roll
between the
me-
door and us.
Combined deception.
Okay, so how does that work? It's
So basically, what can you guys form a higher dice pool between the two of you than either of you could form alone?
I see. I'm 2 yellow and a green. I don't know about you.
I'm just 2 yellow, but I get rid of 2 blood. Oh yeah, I mean 2 yellow.
So
Okay,
so
I have-
you're 2 and 2, Jeff, and then you're 2 and 3, Baird.
No,
Or,
I'm
like-
2 yellow, 1 green. Sorry.
Yeah. So
But what's
so
the
one of your
ranks?
stats is 2, one of them is 3, right?
Yeah. What? Oh. What? Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So now you can't form a higher dice pool. So it's just Baird's dice pool, but you can add a blue for helping.
Sure. And I get an advantage for my empathy. No, my pheromones. I'm gonna
Yes.
pheromone these fools.
And then could I try to use my equipment to give Jarrett a blue, just so I don't forget?
What
For
would
s-
that,
going to
how would
do?
that work again?
It just gives him a blue on stealth checks.
He's not making a stealth check. You guys are making a deception check.
Oh,
Yeah.
could I add the blue to this then?
You're adding the blue to the deception roll for helping.
Okay.
Yeah.
Eh.
Okay.
So you can do that, but
And then
with the
what's the-
triumph, you can add either. I'll lower the difficulty. So instead
Okay.
of hard, this will be average.
So 2. Okay. Sweet.
Yeah.
Let's send it. That is 1, 2, 4 successes and an advantage.
But that's a good blue die, damn.
What do you want to do with that advantage?
With that advantage,
That is a good blue die.
I would like to know something about one of them. Maybe I recognize one of their names, or I've heard about one of them, or like one of my contacts has like told me something.
Yeah, so one of them is actually somebody you work with semi-indirectly in that he is a developer of your product, so to speak.
Okay. His name?
His name is Keith Zark.
He's Zark the Narc.
He's not a narc.
I mean,
That's what Nurse would say.
he manufactures drugs. Like he's basically a narc.
He's a narco.
He's a narco. Okay. It's gonna be
Kind of opposite of a narc.
Yeah, exactly.
Can I use a force point to make his name Zarko the Narco?
Zarko the narc.
You could have, yeah, you could flip a destiny point to make his name Keith Zarko.
No, not Keith
I'll
Narco.
allow it. No, Keith Zarko.
Zarko the narco. Is
His name
his
name
nickname.
is Zarko the Narco. That's his like nickname, sure.
That's
Yeah,
his
that's how you know him.
Okay.
You know him as Zarko the Narco, but his real name is Keith Zarko.
Okay.
Keith Zarko in parentheses the Narco.
Or is it Keith in parentheses the Narco Zarko?
Ooh,
I like that. Yeah. I like how much we're establishing about this world.
Yeah, totally worth it.
I like how Google auto corrected me from ZARKRO to ZARKO. Like why does it know that I'm trying to write Zarko? What the fuck?
I know, dude.
It's listening to you.
Maybe. That would be unfortunate. Sick. So I think that's a successful distraction. Yeah.
Yeah. Also, the name is Flink Baird. FLINK.
What name?
Yeah, of the thing that I told you I'd tell you the name of.
Okay. FLINK.
Yeah.
I don't remember that thing is, so I'm gonna scroll through my chat.
It's okay.
Yep.
So yeah, that is a handy success. And so what do you want to do while they are distracting Mr. Lomser?
I will see if I can. I don't know if it makes sense to try to like stealth and go up to the panel and try to get access.
You would not need to stealth because they're distracting. If you wanted to, and you could do something else, but you're free to go to the panel if you would like.
I'll just go to the panel then.
Okay.
Because so my goal here is to figure out. I mean, because it's like in 2 points.
Also, someone flip that destiny point.
Oh, yeah.
The dude's name is Zarko.
God damn it. We clicked it. I don't know if anyone could tell there. I think Baird and I clicked it at the exact same time.
I think
and
it just
double
happened
flipped.
Yeah.
Zarko is canon. That destiny point is flipped.
So I want to figure out where probably I think like see like who was that, like if there's anything I can ask about the hooded figure, what he's doing or where he went.
So you're trying to access camera footage?
Yeah, I think through camera footage.
So hello?
You cut out just until now.
Okay, cool. I was wondering if the stream paused or I did.
You did.
So yeah, you're gonna need, that's gonna be 2 red and a purple computers to try and do that. So that's like, it'd be hard to access computer files. It's upgraded because you're on just like a generic terminal, not like a computer's terminal, and it's also upgraded because you don't have access and you need to do it like without being detected by the system.
Yeah, a lot of fun stuff.
Yeah, but you know, if you're good, you can do it.
Yeah.
Ooh. Are you good?
Just issuing challenges.
There are no black dice, so it doesn't matter. I'm checking my Is this? Would you say I'm going through?
Actually, there probably are black die because you don't have. You don't have slicing tools, do you?
Oh, I don't know if can I.
You could flip a destiny point.
Flip a destiny point.
Yeah, so I imagine you have like integrated slicing tools then.
Yeah.
We're burning through these, Dan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. So that's the slicing tools then. Is this a? Well, actually, no, I was checking all my abilities like remove black die, or black dice, so that there aren't any black dice. So it doesn't totally help me.
There is still probably at least one.
Okay, so is this then bypassing security?
Yes, this would qualify as bypassing security.
Cool. So I can remove two black dice from this.
Okay, so you're down to no.
Cool.
Because
cool,
you would normally get 2 black dice as well, because so if you had no tools, you'd get 2.
Yeah.
You'd get 1 removed for having tools, but the other one just because like this is an unfamiliar system and you're not really you're like kind of rushing it as well, you know. This is
Yeah. Cool.
Not generally ideal situations.
Let's see. So it's 2 red, 1 purple.
Yep.
Cool.
What's your computer's pool?
4. I have 4 ranks in computers.
Damn.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Oh,
That's good.
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what do you want to do with that advantage?
the advantage. Could I get like additional? I don't know how much information I would get normally, but like, could I get additional information, or it's like, could I don't know how this is configured, but is there any way to have like remote access into the system, or do I need to be at the terminal?
I'll let you leave. I'll let you like plant a little thing that you can come pick up later. That'll like record everything until that point.
Oh, awesome.
So you won't you don't have remote access, but you'll be able to like review the footage.
Okay, nice. So I'll just leave that. I'll also leave something in there that'll just like record all the footage from that point on.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
And then so yeah, you're scrolling through the cameras. You only have access to the cameras in the room, which are pointed like outward from the seats. So there's like it's a fairly classic like stage style, like amphitheater style stage. So there's like rows of amphitheater seats and a stage that has been set up with a table with 5 seats. And then there's a little like archway with the door, and the camera is you can tell from the perspective is mounted at like the top of that archway pointing out, and it's a fisheye lens so it can see all of the seats on the stage. You can tell, so it can't see you where you're at because you're under the arch by the door, but you can tell that it will be able to see whatever discussion Corin. I was gonna say I forgot their names, but they're literally on the screen in front of me. Corin and Mr. Z are having. You also notice there's no sound on these recordings. You quickly like scroll through. The only people that have entered the room have been the guards, some janitors who have walked in and out, the scientists who came and sat down, and now you guys. However, on the other camera, which points like basically just to the hallway outside the door, the brown hooded figure or cloaked figure has walked past 2 or 3 times. 3, let's say. You would know exactly.
Okay, and then how recently was the last time they walked by?
So do you want to know the times?
Or I think just kind of like, I think it's more interesting how long has it been? So it's like if we're trying to follow this person.
Yeah, it's probably been around 15 minutes since they last walked past.
Okay, and I know look at what direction they were walking in when they walked past.
Yeah, so if you were to walk out the door, you'd have to turn right.
Okay, cool. But then there's like no distinguishing marks on this person. Nothing to like give any indication as to who they are. Are the robes like of a certain style, or is it
just a fairly? I mean, think like old Ben from episode 4. You know.
Yeah. Okay.
Just dude in a cloak.
Cool. I think so. I will.
He is fairly large for what it's worth. Like not huge, but like probably 6 feet-ish.
Okay, yeah. So it's like not a small person.
No.
Okay.
So
I think then So I'll probably get out, like just exit the terminal then, because I don't want to linger too long.
Yeah, makes sense. But you leave your spike.
Yeah, I'll just like, and then I'll just go convey like to Corin and Mr. Z, like this figure like 15 minutes ago was heading in this direction.
Well, they're still having a conversation with the
scientists. Right. Yeah,
so,
they're still talking.
Do you just head back to the seats, or do you approach them?
I think I'll approach them.
Okay. So what's happening in this conversation right now, guys?
After I was introduced, I'd just be, politely chatting about the work that they do, how they feel business is currently going, their thoughts on the debate.
Well, what's the so where's the conversation at right now?
Hopefully I would have. It's been a while, so I'm like slowly trying to direct it towards their opinions, on the subject matter, like the debate matter at hand. So probably around there.
Okay. Well, purely from a scientific standpoint, says Zarko the Narco.
Have I been introduced to him as Zarko the Narco?
It
was a Destiny.
So no, you probably introduced him as Keith Zark, but like at some point during this conversation, he's like, "That's Zarko the Narco."
Eyes just full of recognition. Not that Zarko.
No, he's not that famous. But so purely from a scientific standpoint, I support expansion of the business. The core worlds, so for those of you unaware, the Sith currently control the majority of the core worlds. The core worlds are full of potentially valuable medicinal resources, and our clients are in need of those resources regardless of their side in this conflict. Well, if you look at it from a humanitarian standpoint, says one of the other scientists there, I don't think we should be supporting the Sith in any way because, you know, they're, I mean, like, kind of textbook bad guys. Lom approaches.
Well, gentlemen, I see you have much to discuss amongst yourselves. Have you met my protocol droid here, 177?
Keith goes, "Ha, what's he doing here? I thought the shuttles for the mines left already." And he and the scientists chuckle.
You will find that I am a much more complex system than a mining droid, and am far more useful outside of those droid rights violation pits.
I like droid rights violation pit. Yeah, they just kind of chuckle and laugh it off. All right. But where were we? Says Keith. Right. The elections. Yeah. Well, we'll just have to see how the debates go. I'm sure that Miko will make the right decision.
Yeah, and Miko, who is this individual? I've not had the pleasure of meeting such an individual.
This is the third scientist.
Oh,
Miko is our delegate at this conference, representing the CCC.
Ah, interesting. Of course, I'm sure he is busy at the moment, but perhaps afterwards, would it be possible if I spoke with him?
I don't know. They'll probably be busy until the election's finished. They've got a lot of work to do. You know, this as you know, the IMDSC supplies medicinal supplies to nearly the entire galaxy, and the decisions as to how to direct our attention and care cannot be taken lightly.
Yeah,
The publicized debates are simply the expression of the work that goes on majority behind the scenes. He'll be locked in deep conversation most of the day.
Oh, and
Sorry. No, go ahead.
these private debates, do you know where they would be happening? As an ambassador from Pawan, I was told to hear how these things play out to the best of my ability. I wouldn't want to miss such matters.
The best way to get a feel for that, like I said, will be to be in this room right here. This is where things are broken down, and all of the riffraff behind the scenes gets done away with. You know, the chess games, and I don't know what the hell they do back there.
I'm gonna give this third scientist like a brilliant smile and say, like, very charmingly, so definitely a charm check. But surely Miko would love to have more of a direct line of communications with such an important world as that which Mr. Corin represents. Surely even a few minutes of meeting would be beneficial not only to Mr. Miko but also to my friend here.
Yeah, why don't you roll me charm?
Can I look as haughty as possible?
Yeah, honestly, yeah. I mean, because the part of the lie is like, oh, you're so important, and the robes help with that. So yeah.
Okay, so I get a blue with that. What's
Yeah,
the
you get a blue.
difficulty?
Can I do anything to also give him a blue? Or
I think that's probably enough for now.
Okay.
From that standpoint, unless you have something specific that you are thinking of.
No, I was just gonna try to stand next to him and make him look important.
Nah.
Yeah, no.
Like
yeah.
crouch down a little bit so he seems.
Yeah.
He
taller
looks
or
taller.
something.
I'll just go behind him and pick him up a little bit.
Get me to my 8-foot potential.
So what exactly? So you're attempting to get him to.
I'm attempting to establish like even just a brief like one-on-one meeting between.
Yeah. This is probably medium difficulty. They're not
Okay.
really openly hostile towards you, but this isn't really something they want to do. But you also have a black because this is not like you don't you're not really personal friends with them, and you guys just kind of walked up out of nowhere.
Okay. I'm going to use my ability to remove that black.
Fair enough.
Smooth. No, kill with kindness is what I use.
Yeah.
I roll for 4 success and.
Damn. Again, blues are really good.
Yeah.
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 What do you want to do with that with that advantage? So
I
you
would
succeed,
like. Is there any way to? I would like the meeting to be like directly after the debate, maybe, or like not like.
Well,
you know,
so
in a
you
couple
haven't
hours.
necessarily succeeded with setting up the meeting. You've
Okay.
convinced them to try,
Attempt.
basically. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Hey.
In which case, wait. Okay, wait. I have the advantage. Can there be
Got it.
something on? Wait. Where's Corin from again? What's the planet he represents?
Pao An.
Pao On. Is there like a mineral or like a substance from Pao On which is directly like valuable and related to the developments of Triple C?
Let me Google Palon real quick.
Okay, that would be like if I don't know, maybe that's an advantage. Like there is some like specific reason why. Corin
They're from
Yeah.
Utapao. Utapao,
yeah.
yeah.
I know a little more about Utapao.
He is 2 meters tall. I don't know what that is in feet, but 2 meters.
So it's like 6'3" ish.
Yeah.
That is not 6 feet, is it?
6'3".
Oh, 6.
It's
like 6'6".
6'5". Yeah, 6'5" point.
So
Yeah.
For Star Wars context, Utapau is where Obi-Wan fights Grievous in Episode 3.
Yes.
Yeah. So Utapau is not necessarily like specifically valuable to the CCC, but Pauans are generally powerful people, and Utapau is definitely like significant for any business, and especially one that deals in like intergalactic goods transfer.
Sure. Okay.
So yeah, you can get that'll definitely be a reasonable incentive. I think I can do you a little bit of a favor, says the narco with a wink. You know, for my old pal here.
Indeed, Keith. Indeed. Perhaps
I'll give
after
him...
all this election nonsense, we could go out for a drink, and I could buy you a few rounds. Thank you for your effort.
Yeah, drink, he says. But yeah, I can try and put some words down the grapevine for you. Can't promise anything, of course, but yeah.
You have my thanks.
What do you guys do?
We'll
I think I'm
kind
gonna
of
turn to
head back.
177.
Into the hall, perhaps. I believe I require a drink. Good day, gentlemen. In the back in the hall when there's no one around. 177. Did you find anything?
Not much. I know this hooded person passed by 3 times. Most recently in this direction. I kind of gestured towards that direction. Did not seem to do anything in particular, but it is still suspicious.
Is there a pattern to his movements? And when was the last time he came by?
How much time has passed since I left the camera?
I was actually just about to. So it's probably been just about 5 minutes since you left it. I will flip a destiny point and say at this point, people have started to like not flood in, but there is like a pretty steady trickle of people moving through the halls and into this room now. So it's probably been about an hour total. We're about an hour out from speeches.
Okay. He last passed by 20 minutes ago. Do I know how frequently he walks by? Like, what was the interval?
There was a fair amount of space between them, and it wasn't regular.
Oh, okay. There was no discernible pattern.
Also, I flipped a destiny point for that.
Oh, okay.
I got you.
Okay.
Well, shall we head off after him? Do a lap.
Yeah,
perhaps we could split up to. Oh, sorry.
Well, do a lap isn't super possible. This place is like very large.
No.
Yeah. Maybe we could split up, and maybe we should split up, and I'll cover a bit more ground that way.
Yes, we shall.
Is this Scooby Doo?
Shall we
Which way did he
plan to reconvene before the event starts?
Yes. Before.
Yes. Do we have?
Oh, do we have personal communicators?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
I think it's very reasonable to assume that you all have personal comms.
So we shall stay in touch.
Perfect.
Everyone roll me daunting, so that's 4 difficulty perception. And remember, hungover people get a black to that.
Okay.
Oh boy.
This is gonna be bad.
Can I like talk to people as I go to like ask for directions and see if anyone's seen him to like add a blue maybe?
Sure, yeah.
Could I do something similar, but instead of trying to be nice, just very kind of like imperial and just like, you there, have you seen whomever?
Yeah, I will also, in this context, I will allow that.
Okay. Don't think passing this is even possible. Well,
it's always possible.
Holy shit, I passed.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right, so, yeah, Corin, at one point you catch sight of like brown robes disappearing around a corner in front of you, but by the time you turn the corner, the same corner, they're gone, and you lose track of them from there. Can someone scroll down to Mr. Z's roll?
I got a success and 2 advantages.
Oh yeah, we can't scroll. Sorry.
We could clear it if you don't want it.
Yeah, here, I'll clear mine.
So as you guys are reconvening back at the hall, just like, you know, whatever it is, like 15 minutes before the speeches start, you're all like filing back in. None of you found him. Mr. Z, you notice the brown-robed figure taking a seat in the hall several rows ahead of you.
Nice. I'm gonna go. Are there open seats next to him?
Well, so you have like assigned seating.
Yeah. But like, As an advantage, maybe could I burn an advantage and say there's like an open seat next to him or something?
Sure, it's open for now.
Yeah, open for now. I'm gonna like subtly point him out to my companions. Allow me to go confront this stranger.
How much time until the speeches?
I look to 177.
About 15 minutes.
About to say 15 minutes. Or
Well, in that case...
well, I just didn't hear it said.
Oh, yes, that is what I said.
Okay, about 15 minutes.
Thank you. If you think you can get what you need out of him in 10 minutes, go for it. If you can't, 177, do not lose sight of that individual.
Too bad I don't have like a yeah. Never mind. Sorry. Very well. I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna pop down next to him very casually.
All right. That is fair. Yeah, it is a Trandoshan wearing a brown robe.
How are you today? Fine, sir. Is it a dude or a?
I mean, it appears to be. It's a Trandoshan, so it's kind of hard to tell.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, I'm just gonna pop down next to him and just start chatting away. You know, how are you? Fine, Trandoshan. I don't know what the like respectful way to address Trandoshans are.
Don't need to.
How are you, fine person?
I'm fine, he says.
This is quite a nice facility they have constructed, is it not? I arrived quite early myself and got a beautiful tour of it.
He just kind of nods.
What brings you here to the debates? Do you have a particular interest or stake in this?
Listen, I didn't agree to an interview, buddy.
Dear sir, I'm simply making small chat. I'm sorry, I did not mean to be too forward. Can I roll like a charm here or something maybe before we?
Yeah. That would be against 2 red, a purple, and a black.
Okay, I'm gonna
Be
remove
against
black.
his discipline, and a black because he's kind of pissy.
Yep. I'm gonna remove that black because I can. And
absolutely.
2 successes and a threat.
All right. So
I get an extra advantage, so just 2 successes. 2 successes.
That's true. So what do you do?
Dear sir, I'm not trying to be forward, just trying to chat. I enjoy political processes such as these. I came from off-world to observe the process for my own personal interest. To observe the process for my own interest, and I
We're down to 3 viewers.
Which one of you fuckers left?
Wait.
Jarrett.
I'm still here. Wait.
All right.
I'm simply interested in your stake. I simply would like to hear your perspective on the proceedings.
Like I said, I'm just here to watch. What was the question you asked before?
Why he's here and what stake does he have in the proceedings? Like that's what I'm trying to
Okay,
get.
yeah. So
what's he interested in? What's his
I'm just here to watch. And he actually looks kind of like confused for a second. I have stock in the company.
That's all. He stops.
Yeah.
Okay. Which branch? I've invested in the Pikes myself. I don't know if you have are you affiliated with a particular branch?
You got a threat there, so I'm gonna make you.
No, I didn't get the threat.
No, you're right. You're right. So yeah, he. He goes. Yeah, the Pikes.
Do you have any personal relationships with any of them? I know them very well myself. I've met and done business with them in several occasions.
What's your like perception?
The skill.
Yeah.
A yellow and 2 green.
Okay, so roll
And a
me
black.
2 yellow and a green
And
versus what did you say it was? What did you say your perception was?
Yeah, 2 yellow, green, and a black because I'm hungover.
Okay, yeah, no, but he's gonna roll against 2 red, green, or 2 red, a purple, and he's gonna get a blue.
Okay.
So it's 2 yellow and a green versus 2 red and a purple and a blue.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So I'm rolling that.
Yes.
Okay, so it's
technically he's rolling that. I mean, I could roll them here, but
no, I got it. So it's evened out. Wait, 2 red, 2 yellow.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, got it.
Yeah, 2 red, 2 yellow, 1 green, 1 purple, and a blue.
A threat.
Simply a threat. Okay. Yeah. So he fails. And yeah, so he says, yeah. So you say the Pikes, you know any of them personally. And he just kind of goes, no, just a businessman. And you can tell that something's kind of fishy about this conversation. You can't quite put your finger on it, but you don't think everything he's been telling you is truthful. However, pretty much as he says that, the delegates start moving out on stage, and someone taps you on your shoulder and goes, excuse me, I think this is my seat.
I give them a charming smile and says, "Oh, why yes, of course," looking at my ticket. "I must have been mistaken. Truly, I apologize." And I go back to my seat.
Yeah, the 5 delegates slowly filter out and take their seats. They're, having light discussion before the mics are on and all that. And each one of them, so they're there in person, but they're also projected up on a large screen behind them with their names and affiliations for each. There is the Pike delegate, Quar Fifek, the Enforcers delegate, who is a Gregorian, which kind of look like abominable snowmen. They're just like giant white-haired, almost like Wookiees, but they have really long hair, and they're a little like bulkier.
That's the Enforcers?
Yeah, they represent the Enforcers. His name is Brun. The CCC delegate is a human named Miko, as you have heard. The Free Peoples of Kessel delegate is a Twi'lek named Arbesh, which is also the name of the galactic script, for those who are curious. And the DEC delegate is Migo. MEE-GOUGH. Migo. And, after kind of the hubbub and such dies down, it's another Twi'lek, presumably another member of the Free People of Kessel, because they're kind of the ruling party here. Walks out on stage with a microphone. Ah, yes, thank you all for coming. We bring you to perhaps one of the most important decisions this conglomeration has made in quite a while, and I have the utmost honor of introducing the 5 delegates here who will be making that decision tonight. Please welcome Quar Fifek, Brun, Miko, Arbesh, and Migo. And please, respectfully, hear what they have to say. And he steps off.
Sorry, quick, not to interrupt, but
no.
Like during the hubbub, could I have whispered to Mr. Z to set up a meeting between the Trandushan and myself during like a break or something, just to not let him leave without speaking?
Sure. Yeah. The first round of speeches will be fairly short, and these are basically just the opening statements, and then there's going to be a brief recess, and then they'll go into the then they'll go into the like actual debates.
We're also down to 2 viewers, by the way.
Yay!
What? Who's leaving?
It might be just because I'm alt tabbed off of it.
Okay.
So yeah, Quarfifek speaks first. The insistence by the Jedi that the forces of the Sith army deserve to suffer without our aid is antithesis to their so-called... Oh, sorry, I'm not doing a Pike voice. Is antithesis to their so-called ideals. Core world... God, that is brutal on the vocal cords. Core world... Civilians need our supplies, both for war injuries and civilian ailments alike. This moral high wamping is only causing pain across their galaxy. Their war is their fault, is not our fault nor our prerogative. Please, I hope you support their Pikes in the initiative to bring help to the galaxy. Which, pretty much everyone in the room is deeply aware of the irony of the Pikes playing humanitarians when they are historical gangsters. The Enforcers delegate, Brun speaks next. Lom, you're the only one who would be able to understand his speech, because he only speaks Gagoran. If you want, you can summarize it to the others. It's pretty bland, actually. It sounds very loud, impressive, and lion-roary, but it's mostly just him bragging about the fact that none of the IMDSC shipments have been successfully attacked in many rotations, and that regardless of the results of the election, the Enforcers will remain dedicated to quality service to both the IMDSC and their other clients.
Yeah. So I'll just convey that to Mr. Z and.
Yeah, you could honestly just be translating live as you go if you want to.
Yeah, no, that's what I was be doing.
Yeah. The CCC delegate is similarly boring, but this time in basic. Just drones on. And this one's like 10 minutes. The Twi'lek who introduced everyone actually has to like come on stage and be like, excuse me, sir, your time is up. He just drones on and on about advancements in medical technology and additional uses discovered for Flink, and their other like uber powerful medical drugs that they've been producing. And up next is the FPK delegate.
Do they not have an opinion, or do they voice?
They don't really mention the debate much at all, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, the FPK delegate is up next. To each member of this delegation, I implore you, I plead with you to hear our case. Slavery is a blight upon this galaxy. Each member of our branch has risen from chains to be a part of this movement, to help bring to others, to bring help to others who need it. And at this moment, a droid stands up from the crowd and is holding like a holo projector above them, which displays just droid rights and flashing words above it. And he says, restraining bolts or slavery! Restraining bolts or slavery! And he's like starting to walk towards the stage while like waving a sign above him. The delegate continues to speak. We have managed to replace thousands of ruined... Or we have managed to save thousands of ruined lives by breaking their bonds and replacing them. And replacing their labor with dependable mechanical supplements. The droid like becomes more incensed at this and charges the stage, and security all like rush and tackle him to the ground. As this is happening, the brown-robed figure stands up. I assume you all are watching him.
Yes,
Yeah.
definitely.
So yeah, the three of you notice this immediately. So he stands up from the crowd and begins to just move towards the stage silently. Nobody else seems to notice him.
Oh, fuck. Can I... How far away... Like, as soon as he stands up and begins to, like, obviously not move towards the exit, how far away from him?
Yeah, so I'm going to flip a destiny point, and the whole, like, commotion with the tackled droid is happening right in the aisle, and there's, like, really no way to get over to him.
No. Distance-wise.
Oh, he's, like, 40 feet away.
Oh, easy.
Okay.
Did you tell me his name, Mr. Z?
He didn't give a name.
I never found it out.
Okay. Fuck. Okay. Oh wait, did Mr. Z not tell me anything about the conversation?
Not really.
No. I
Yeah.
told you he didn't want to tell me much information. It was kind of a wash.
Regardless.
Did you tell him that
so
he
as
sounded
you're
blind?
preparing to do whatever
Well, because
is
I'm just gonna
happening there-
speak out. I was just curious as to, because we kind of moved directly into the speeches, so I didn't know if we like whispered amongst each other.
Yeah, you kind of whispered a little.
Okay. Could I just shout out to him? Sit down. It is beneath you to even upset the current situation.
If you would even like to affect him right now, you can flip a destiny point and make a difficulty 5 check.
I want to use scathing
That is-
tirade. Is all I want to do.
Okay, you can do that. You can
So as
attempt
long
to
as
cause
he
him
can
some strain.
hear me, and I just want to kind of use my voice to cut through the.
Yeah, go
emotion.
for it.
So hang on. And I will suffer 2 strain
Sure.
to decrease the difficulty. Oh fuck. So get rid of the. So I get 2 more advantages because I forgot to get rid of the purples. So 4 successes and 4 advantages.
Yep.
I want to cause 5 strain damage on him.
Okay. Yeah.
So
he.
And then so sorry. If I have a thing that lets me suffer strain to use it as a maneuver, could I double up if it's like my
We're
quote
not,
unquote turn?
No,
or no?
we're
Okay.
not really in. Yeah, we're
Gotcha.
still in narrative stuff right now.
But yeah, so 5 points of strain damage on him.
Yeah, he like your voice cuts cleanly through the crowd, and he looks at you. And despite the distance between you, you can actually see him like quite clearly. You two lock eyes across this room, and there's a mixture of emotions on his face. There's rage, and there's what also seems like pain and desperation. And he turns back to the stage, reaches out one clawed hand, and rips the Pike delegate off of the stage as if with an invisible hand and begins pulling him towards him. As the entire crowd reacts in shock, he draws a blue lightsaber and attempts to strike down the Pike delegate who is being dragged towards him. The Twi'lek Arbesh pulls out a blaster and attempts to shoot the brown-robed assailant, who unfortunately easily deflects away the blaster bolt and hurls his lightsaber directly through Arbesh's heart. By this point, security are no longer attempting to detain the protesting droid, and the figure is lit up with a hail of blaster fire and falls to the ground dead. The room effectively dissolves into chaos. Half of the people sprint for the exit. The security team, basically just everyone on stage gets tackled and dragged away, and the 3 of you are left standing there kind of in shock. What the fuck just happened?
Wow.
Brilliant. Well, at least it appears that the Jedi Order was well-founded in their suspicions.
Was that? Wait. So this person was like brown rose and a blue lightsaber, and it's Force user. So
Was he a
What are you gonna
Force
say?
user?
I mean, you
They-
ripped someone off the stage.
Like how far was the throw from the stage? I guess.
So I think they're more referring to him picking up the Pike delegate out of his chair and pulling
Yeah.
him through the air.
Oh,
that's just
gotcha.
a little
Yeah.
Force user.
Oh, I thought
Yeah.
he literally. Yeah, I thought he just
No,
ran
no,
up
no,
to the
no,
stage.
no.
Can I try to think of if I know of any Jedi that would match his like description? Because we don't know his name, but like just trying to figure out like if he was a Jedi or not.
Yeah, you probably would have seen his face. You can roll me a daunting knowledge core world.
Nothing knowledge core world. Okay.
So that's 4 purple.
Awesome. Uh,
And honestly, we should probably call it before too long for this session at least.
yeah. Success, 2 threat.
Success and 2 threats. Okay. Yeah, so you run him through some databases, and he has, so yes, basically, he is a Jedi. Or rather, he was a Padawan. But you're unable to find out much more information about him other than that he is a verified, at least according to your scan of his face that you got when you looked at him, he does appear to be a member of the Jedi Order.
Okay. So I'm going to express that to the other two. Like, why would someone who could ostensibly be Jedi try to undermine the election for the vote?
Well,
We
a
should
multitude
probably
of reasons.
discuss with our handler.
Indeed.
Perhaps.
Can I roll a streetwise check to see how robust the democratic process is on this world? You know? Does that make sense?
What exactly are you trying to find out? Like whether or not this
like-
election would be compromised?
Not like whether or not become like, do people feel like their votes and like the will of the people is actually executed in government? Like, is it like an efficient and like functional?
This is slightly separate from government.
Okay.
So this planet is government ruled by the free people of Kessel. The free people of Kessel are also, because Star Wars is kind of weird about like the line between corporations and nations in Star Wars, the free people of Kessel are also a branch of the thing. And so right now, this is just a delegate of them participating in decisions regarding the conglomerate, not specifically like government affairs regarding Kessel.
But then who votes in the referendum? Is it everybody in the corporation then?
No, it's just these 5 delegates.
Oh, okay. So it's just like, okay, I see.
Yeah, so these delegates, this is like an electoral college type thing. These people have been elected to represent their various wings. So you could, that would be, you can check whatever you'd like. I just wanted to clarify what was.
Okay, I understand.
Going on.
Well, in which case, yeah, I want that streetwise to be like, is there polls that have gone out, or like, is there a sense, do people like know already where the election's going?
Yeah, okay, that's definitely a valid thing to try. That would probably be difficulty 3 streetwise, and I'll give you a blue because you've been on planet for a little while, and you can.
Okay.
You've been hearing, snippets here and there.
1, sweet. A success, 3 advantages.
Okay. So, as was fairly apparent from the speeches, the Free People of Kessel are pretty heavily for let's not sell to the Sith, they're slavers. The Pikes are pretty heavily for let's sell to the Sith. Kind of conveniently ignoring that aspect of it and instead being like, we owe it to everyone to supply them with med stuff. The Enforcers generally are just gonna vote whichever way, or kind of like assume to be that they're gonna vote whichever way ends it fastest, basically, because it needs to be a majority, and in the case of indecision, you need to eventually reach a like unanimous choice.
Sure.
If it is too divisive. The CCC, despite outwardly appearing very like neutral, you seem to believe people seem to think are like under the table supporting Sell to the Sith.
Yeah.
and the DEC generally support the FPK, if for no other reason than they build a lot of the droids that replace the slaves.
Okay, so it's close either way, I guess.
Yeah, it's fairly split. The enforcers are not exactly the deciding vote, but are the most neutral of everyone else.
So I say to my companions, perhaps the individual thought that throwing the election was the only way to ensure that the Sith were not supplied with the medicine goods of this conglomeration.
Perhaps.
And an assassination would certainly delay, if not halt, the election process, I believe.
Well, it does buy us more time, but unfortunately this is most likely the thing that the Jedi Order was hoping we would investigate. Is it not? Well, time is of the essence. Where's the body currently? We can end the session soon. I just want to kind of know where the body is.
No, I'm fine with going a little further. Just wanted to set the stage for how this arc goes.
The body is currently being searched and bagged by security.
I would definitely want to kind of get up there before they have a chance to like move the body too much and all that.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, I just start making my way toward the stage, or not even towards the stage. Sorry, he didn't get up there. I just head to the aisle.
Yeah, he's like in the gap between the front seats and the stage. Yeah, so there's 3 security officers there, 2 human, 1 Wookiee. The Wookiee is holding the empty body bag. One of the humans is just kind of like patting the guy down, and the third one is holding the lightsaber between like 2 fingers outstretched as if it's like gross, and just kind of like looking at it.
Greetings. I am Corin, ambassador from Upatau. Would you mind if my companions here had a look at the body?
Well, it's certainly against regulations, sir. I'm gonna have to ask you.
Sure, but as I'm sure you're aware, as an ambassador here, I was hoping to establish long-lasting trade connections on the basis of a secure government negotiation system.
I'm very, very sorry, sir.
Well,
but
you should be, and I would guarantee that it would benefit both you and your family if you would do your best to make this happen as soon as possible. Talk to whoever.
His eyes are like darting between the other human and the Wookiee. And can you roll me? Yeah, this will probably be medium coercion, and you can definitely get a blue on this.
Okay. Medium coercion. Yeah, that's fine.
Holy shit.
Juicy.
So yeah, how do you finish steamrolling this guy?
I just want to keep on talking and just kind of getting closer and closer. How tall is he?
He is a good like foot, if not more, shorter than you.
Yeah, I'm just kind of slowly, just without breaking eye contact or taking a breath, just continuing going closer until I'm just looking directly down at him, a few inches from him.
Yeah, he's like unwittingly clutching the lightsaber to him now, and he's not like quite shaking, but like it wouldn't take much.
Well,
he's I would not want to disappoint the delegation from Utapau, would we? And he looks over at the other human and the Wookiee. The human honestly has not really been paying attention this whole time and just kind of stands up and looks around a little confused, and the Wookiee just shrugs.
Excellent. And I kind of just flash him my like carnivorous kind of like pointed teeth.
Yeah.
That Palins have, and kind of a smile. Before
Yeah,
turning
his-
to... Oh, yeah.
His knees are definitely wobbling. What do you want to do with some of his advantages, by the way?
I'll heal... Can I use 2 of them to heal 2 strain?
Sure.
Uh,
Yeah, it feels good to flex the old scare muscles.
yeah. And then...
It's like Monsters Inc., you know?
I guess just, like, increase the scare level to just yeah.
I mean, you could, if you wanted, you could, like, try and get information out of him, like what they've already learned, or...
Oh, yeah, definitely that then, as well.
Yeah.
I'd actually prioritize that. If I needed more than 2 advantages on that, I would prioritize that.
No, I think
over
2
strain.
advantages is fine for that.
Okay.
Yeah, so you just, like, while Baird while Mr. Z and Lom go to, like, inspect the body, I assume.
Yeah.
Yes, keep track
you
of
just,
everything.
Yeah, you just, like, pluck the data pad out of his hand and scroll through it real quick. And there's not a ton of information you didn't know. You get a positive ID match. Similar to Lom's, this one has a name. Chrysis. Krissk. He disappeared from his post on Kashyyyk about a week ago and hasn't been seen since. Yeah, there was no identification found on him. He doesn't seem to have any outward wounds other than the ones which are the presumed cause of death, which is like 5 blaster wounds to the back. In fact, like most of his center body mass is kind of gone, actually.
Unfortunate.
I mean, it's not like bloody though; it's all cauterized because blasters. So it's just like missing, basically.
And it's Star Wars. There's no blood.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Could I memstick this? As I kind of just snatch it, turn. Just, thank you.
You could roll. He's definitely going to try and stop you if you try and download the information. I really don't think that you should be downloading, let alone reading, official police files, sir.
Does he approach Corin as he says that?
I mean, I assume.
Well, I mean,
there's
Corin is
like,
still like a few
yeah.
inches from his face.
Yeah.
But, like, does he like reach out towards him or something like that?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna try to like step in between them and stop him from touching Corin. Like, please do not touch my ambassador. There's a violation of protocol and common decency.
He just kind of stares at you, stunned, long enough for Corin to download the.
Okay. And as I'm finishing, I'll just slowly, dramatically kind of turn back towards him. Did you just presume to touch me?
He just kind of wordlessly takes the data pad and steps back. No?
Excellent. What is your name?
I think you should all leave and that we shouldn't discuss this further.
Well, before I do, what is your name?
He's just gonna...
I expect to be briefed on any updates, as it would be a shame.
You can reach the police for any inquiries that may be needed to reach your needs at this number here. And he reads out a comlink number.
Excellent. But that doesn't answer my first question, does it?
Which was, what is your name?
Yes, a name.
Inspector Glop.
Gonna slightly turn eye Mr. Z out of the corner of my eye. Did you get that, Mr. Z?
Indeed, sir.
Excellent. Are you done, 177?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the 177, there are no pockets on the robe. He is wearing a belt with a holster that once held the lightsaber, and pretty much nothing else. The body is clean of either identification or belongings or really anything.
Oh, I don't know if this would work, but I do have I picked up a toxin detector.
Mhm.
Would I be able to use that on
Okay.
him?
Yeah, the police commissioner is really trying to get you out of this active crime scene with a bunch of people here, and words only go so far against the fact that that is definitely super illegal.
Hmm.
So you can try, but I mean, like I said, you're gonna have to.
How would I try here? What would that entail?
You'd
I
have to
mean,
either do
maybe-
it sneakily or somehow convince him to let you, or otherwise figure out a way to access the body again later.
Okay. What?
I feel like
What
they're
would it-
probably onto us at this point for like
Yeah.
accessing the body. I
Yeah.
don't know.
What would it entail using the detector? Is it like an invasive thing, or is it just like
I
a
assume
scan?
I assume it like takes a blood sample.
Okay. Well, probably should have given that to 177. Oh well.
Yeah, that's 2020.
Let's leave. I don't think Inspector Glop here can help us any further.
As they walk away, like I stay behind for a bit and like talk to Glop and like very aside and very quiet and like, I'm sorry about him. He's a bit grumpy in the mornings. He's had a rough day, divorce and all that things. Is that really a lightsaber? Could I? Do you mind? I mean, I've never even seen one. Do you mind if I just
This
touch it?
is evidence, sir, and you're not wearing gloves. I'm gonna need you to not.
No, my right hand is actually in a glove. It's in a leather glove.
Oh,
It's always gloved.
Ah.
I'm trying to charm him now.
yeah. What do you want with it?
I've just never seen one. I mean, have you seen a
Well-
lightsaber before? It's incredible. I mean,
They are sure something. Now, sir, like I said, this is evidence in an active crime scene. It needs to be processed before I should even let other people look at it. Now I gave my branch's number to your
my ambassador.
Yes, your master. And perhaps once the lightsaber has gone through processing and it has been vetted, before a member of the Jedi Council comes to pick it up, I could allow you to inspect it in a case.
Indeed, sir. Thank you for your time.
Of course.
Mr. Z, will you kindly tell Inspector Glop to also, if he can, run a toxin test on the corpse?
Well, that is not my department.
Well, I'm
Mr.
sure you know the people that are in charge of that department. Otherwise,
Like
you
I
wouldn't
said,
be a very
I
good
have
inspector.
given you my office's number, and any department or needs that need to be reached can be accessed through those lines.
Excellent. Well, while toxin tests are quite time sensitive, I am more than sure that when I call, the test will be done and the results waiting.
We run a tight ship around here, sir. You won't find any discrepancies from galactic standard police operating procedures.
Excellent.
Damn, I was really trying to get that lightsaber.
Yeah, he's not going to just hand over a lightsaber.
Yeah, I know.
It was a good attempt, though.
I'd just
Yeah,
it'd be cool to have.
Absolutely.
It'd be a fun toy.
Yeah.
Nice party prop.
You could attach it to your coffee maker on your armrest.
Yeah, use it to like cut my nails or something.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Lightsaber nail clippers.
So yeah. Do you guys want to call it there? Do you want to call Mando first, or what?
That's probably a good place to call it. I mean,
Yeah, us
Yeah.
leaving the auditorium.
Yeah, you
Yeah, I think it's a good place.
guys walk out. So it's been like a side shot of the conversation with Glock, and it pans over to see you guys getting like filed out by cops, like the rest of the people there. You know, it's a big old like, all right, everybody out thing. You guys are, you know, searched and processed with the rest of them as you leave, and as your backs exit the doorway, the camera pans down to the dead Transocean's face and zooms in on one of its eyes until it's just like the black pupil, and that is where we cut.
Ooh,
Yeah.
fancy.
Yeah.
Sick.
I would
That's
be so the next iteration of this adventure will be in about a week from now. Is that the schedule we're working on right now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If
Perfect.
like next Thursday, I mean everyone's schedules are, I'm sure, super up in there, but like
I'll definitely be free on Thursday.
if same time, that would work.
Yeah, this should work for me.
Yeah.
All right, so tune in. All right, tune in 1 week from now for the exciting next episode in this thrilling star-reaching saga. Will learning the identity of the assassin provide any meaningful information? Will the toxicology test be performed on time, and will it reveal anything meaningful? And most of all, will Inspector Glop give Mr. Z the lightsaber?